Okay, hey guys, it's Kat. I just wanted to make these videos, and I say these because it's gonna be a beginning, a middle, and an end. But I wanted to make these videos because actually a lot of people hit me up and they're like, "What the fuck did you do?" and tell us what happened. So I thought it'd be cool and entertaining to let you guys know like my experience. So yeah, this is my story about me ending up in LA County Jail. Um, First of all, I just want to say that this is the first time I've ever uploaded anything on YouTube, and I honestly don't plan on like uploading anything else. I just wanted to try it out. And as a personal like experience, I wanted to, if it allows me to, I don't know yet. I've never done this. If it allows me to, I do want to put ads and see like how much each view actually gains, because I don't fucking know. So I just want to find out. So I'd appreciate if you don't skip an ad. I mean, mute it, go get a snack, something. If you skip it, that's fine. I'm not gonna fucking like freak out and cry over it. It's just a personal experiment. But yeah, so let's start. Move past that. Let's start. So all this fucking shit started in September of 2019. I was in Pasadena. I had just finished watching a movie and I was going home. And I was driving a 2005 Dodge Ram, which is a pretty big truck. And I actually like got in a car accident in the parking lot. But it was both of our faults. Me and the other driver. And so the other driver was driving like a really small car, and he hops out of the car and he starts freaking out. He starts going like, oh my god, I need to call my mom. I need to call the cops. I'm gonna call the cops. I'm gonna call my mom. Mind you, this was like a 40-year-old man. You would think somebody saying, I need to call my mom is like 17. No, this was a 40-year-old man. Oh my god, he was so much older than me, freaking out. And so when he started freaking out and saying, I have to call my mom, I have to call the cops, I freaked out. I had told him, let's just let the insurance like take care of it, because I had been in a car accident before. Like, it's not that serious. But he didn't care. So he started freaking me out. I started getting anxiety, and I'm like, I need to get the fuck out of here. And my dumbass took off. So I took off, and a few blocks later, I get caught. I just see the blue and red lights in my rearview mirror, and they stop me and they go, have you been in an accident? My dumbass was like, no. Well, obviously, yeah, my fucking hood was bent and shit. Not too much, but it was still like, it was obvious that I had been in an accident. So they took me to the Alhambra Sheriff's Department station, and I stayed there for a couple hours until I told them, I'm like, I have to go to work at 7. It does not matter. Like, I need to go to work. And they actually let me go. So I went to work, blah, 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 had court. And so the last day of court where I was going to find out my consequences, it was me and this other woman. And we kind of had similar charges. But she was like 20 years my senior. I had told my lawyer, I need to be, like, if I have to go to jail, I need to turn myself in this particular day. I cannot do it any day before that. He's like, I will tell the judge. Don't worry. So I'm like, all right, cool. So yeah, they did. They sentenced me to 60 days in jail. And my lawyer was like, okay, she'll do them, but she needs to go in this day. And the judge was like, okay, that's cool. And so the other woman heard. She heard that I had asked that I wanted to go in this particular day. And she's like, is it okay for me to go that particular day, that particular time as well? And the judge was like, yeah, whatever, You both show up at the same time, same place, whatever. So we're like, okay, that's where it ends that day. So I already knew what day I had to turn myself in. And that was March 13th. I had to be in jail by 12 p.m. So the days start passing and I start getting nervous. And then March 13th gets here. And I'm like, what do I do? So I'm like, okay, my lawyer told me that the most I would probably do out of the 60 days would be 30 days. He said, you won't even do that. You would probably do, okay, they said that it would be like 10% of your sentence. That's 6 days. So he's like, you probably won't even do 6 days. So I'm like, okay, you know what? I need to get this done. I don't want to owe anything. Like, I'll go to jail. That's fine. I can deal with it. I can fend for myself. He's like, all right. So March 13th comes and I stay in bed until 10 a.m. because I wanted to enjoy my bed. I did not want to spend 30 days in jail in a flat bed because I already knew what it was like. It's just fucking hard steel. There's nothing. It's just you on hard steel. And if they do give you a mattress, it's like this thick. So it's like basically sleeping on the floor with nothing. So I'm like, all right, I'm gonna sleep in bed as much as I can and then I will get my shit ready and go. So I get up at 10 and I already kind of figured out what I needed. I took a purse to hold all of my shit in. I took my phone. I took a portable battery, because if my phone died, I did not want to be stranded. I took my ID because you need your ID for everything. I took my debit, $20 in cash. What else? That was it. Yeah. So I ordered the lift and I go. I get over there by 11:20. And I couldn't figure out like where I was supposed to go. Like, where the fuck do you turn yourself in? It was empty everywhere. So I go to the visiting center, like where you visit inmates, and I told them I'm trying to turn myself in. I don't know where to go. They go, okay, there's this phone somewhere, blah, blah, blah. You don't need to know where, but there's this phone, dial 4518. Funny how I remember. And tell them that you're going to turn yourself in. So I go, I find the phone, I dial it, and they ask me, all right, what's your info? Blah, blah, blah. I give them my info. They're like, all right, sit tight. So I'm like, okay. I sat down and I was trying to get as much of my social media in as I could before I didn't know when the fuck I was going to get out. So I'm like, all right, I'll be watching Instagram videos. I'll be on Facebook. I'll be messaging people, you know, getting as much in as I can. And the time kept passing by and by and by and by. And 12 came and it passed. And then the woman that was supposed to come in with me came almost like before 1. And I was like, she was supposed to be here before 12. She better get in trouble because 1, I was here on time. And 2, she's going to be here less time than me. So she got there and she was actually with another woman. And they were both turning themselves in at the same time. So when they gave their info to the deputies, like 10 minutes later, that's when they came to pick us up. They like said our last name and we had to line up against the wall and we had to tell them everything we had. Even your scrunchie. If you had a scrunchie in your hair, you had to tell them. I took out my piercings. I took out my nose piercing before I went in because I didn't want them to take them out. I didn't wear no jewelry. I just wore a shirt, pants, normal shit. So when they took us in, they made us take off our shoes and take off our socks and wiggle our toes. And then they like patted us down. Like they literally shaped our bras and just patted us down. Because they wanted to know, like, did you bring something in? And then when they figured out if you had a wired bra or not, that was important. Because if you have a wired bra, you can hide shit. So if you have a wired bra, they take it out and you have to pick it up somewhere else. But I had a wire bra and they didn't take it away. This is something that's fucked up. Not every single deputy just follows the same protocol. They don't. They each do their own thing. Whatever they learn, however way they learn to process things, they do it that way. Like my shoes, there were a lot of people in there that they took out their shoelaces and they had to pick them up. My shoes, they kept the shoelaces. That's one thing. They kept my shoelaces and they kept my bra in the same package. So it's like, you know, they can do whatever they want. But okay, they put us in and they sat us down in these like huge gray like couch looking things, like what do they call them? Lazy boys? Yeah, like a lazy boy kind of, but without like the foot thing, the footrest. So they chained us up. They put a handcuff here. I can still feel a bruise because it was so tight. It was so tight. And I had already been to jail before, so I was like, you know what? I smoked as much as I could before. I'm like, you know, I'm probably not gonna be out for a couple of days. So I'm like, I'll just smoke a bit before I go in. So I smoked, and when I got in, I hadn't eaten all day, so I was starving. So when I went in, I'm like, can you get me something to eat? And the deputy was like, yeah, I got you. And this is a really key and important thing. If you're ever like with the cops, you need to be respectful. Like, I mean, if you want to be treated with respect, you have to treat them with respect. Because one, they already have a little power trip. But two, they look out for how you treat them. If you're good with them, they will be good with you. If you're a bitch to them, they will be a bitch to you. And even worse. So I told the lady that was like processing me, I'm like, I'm hungry, I haven't eaten. And she's like, don't worry, I got you. She brought me a sandwich and I ate. While we were getting processed, we were there for like 4 hours. Just like paperwork, just like for us it's minimal shit. For them it's huge shit. But we were there for like 4 hours, just like chilling in the lobby and everything. And then it came down to the nitty gritty. So, okay. So once they wanted us to change to jail uniform, they sent us to this huge room that kind of looked like a driveway. And they had sections separated by curtains, by makeshift curtains, basically cloth tied up to a bar. They made each of us stand, like there was a cloth, a person, cloth, person, cloth, person. And they each made us stand there, and then they go, okay, pull the cloth back so that you can't see anybody that's to your left or your right. And then they tell us, okay, get naked. And I was actually asking myself, are they going to make us like bend over and cough? That was one of my big questions. Because I didn't know that's something that you always see in movies, like bend over and cough. So I wanted to ask a deputy, but I'm like, nah, I'll just wait, you know. And when they did that, they did not ask. So I'll just let you know now. They do not do that. They just made us strip. They made us wiggle our toes. And then they made us actually lift up our boobs. They made us lift up our boobs, put our hands up, just like basically show them each cavity. They even said like stretch out your belly button. What the fuck? I've never stretched out my belly button in my life. But yeah. And then they gave you the wardrobe, some throwaway panties and some horrible cloth like pants and shirt. And you couldn't wear a bra in there. So you were just free under. And you put all your clothes in a bag, and they tied up. And that was that. So they put us back in another cell, and this was already 4 hours of being like tied up and shit. And after that, they made us take a pregnancy test. They make you, if you're female, they make you take a pregnancy test. Even if you're on your period, they will make you take one. And I was like, wow. Everybody had to pee in the same little bathroom. There was literally no coverage. Anybody could look at you. And oh my God, I'm not gonna lie. You're in there with fucking prostitutes and shit. So, I don't want to be a bitch, but it smelled. It was horrible. Like, it just smelled. So, yeah, we gave our pregnancy test, and then they gave us a psych evaluation. This is something I had a major issue with. Psych evaluations are so important, but you can easily tell them no, and they will accept it. You can say, no, I'm not suicidal. No, I don't hear voices in my head. No, I've never hurt somebody else. And they will accept it. They can't do anything else. Like, if they see you acting crazy, whatever you say, that's what goes on record. So, yeah, they did a psych evaluation, put us back in a cell. The phones didn't even work. The phones did not work. You could not call anybody. And we were there for like 5 hours. And then they called your name. And then they go, okay, we're sending you to permanent housing. And when they told me that they were sending me to permanent housing, I was like, fuck. I'm going away for a minute. You know, obviously I'm going away for more than a day or whatever. I went in Friday. All I wanted was to be out by Monday. So I was like, permanent housing does not sound like I will be out by Monday. But I was like, you know what? I'm here. I have to do what I have to do. Whatever happens, happens. So I followed where they told me to follow. And that will be the next video. Because this is the end of the processing.